Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a documentary on each and every time that I've spent at least a couple weeks or longer without uploading a video in 2017. Of course, this will be another mini-series and I'll get to the rest of the years where I was also inactive. I also don't want to consider shit posts like my birthday videos or clips that are really short to count me as being active because they don't take much to make them at all. I can definitely say that ever since I started spending a lot more time away from producing videos, not only my reputation as a YouTuber has essentially been fucked, but there were also some people in real life and in the online community that I was mainly in that I used to talk to every day and play games with back in the early days, and now that they're almost non-existent in my life, if not already. Most of the reasons regarding my inactivity stretch from online drama and pranks all the way to family issues and commitment. Before we get into this video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to this channel if you're new to my content, and don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. Share this video to anybody that's ever been inactive on social media, and let's play the inactivity chronology in 2017. The first time I was inactive on my YouTube channel was mid-April. I was routinely in and out of school smoking weed and coming home just to make YouTube videos at the time, some of them being a part of the one-word series I was doing where I would pick a word and talk about it as much as possible. This is also around the time that drama between me and Raichu and that whole situation of him being hacked was going on. In fact, the same day he got hacked, which was on the 2nd of April of that year, I wanted to take a little break from YouTube. It wasn't because I disliked making videos or anything like that. It just felt like I was doing it a little too much at the time, considering I was a 14-year-old in high school. I took a few weeks off to focus on catching up with my schoolwork. Making edited commentary videos is pretty time consuming, especially when you already have to dedicate like 14 to 16 hours out of every day to school and sleep alone. I never really was that good in school anyways, but of course, right when I decided to check up on my YouTube channel for the first time in like 2 weeks, 23 of my videos had disappeared from my YouTube channel, and a bunch more got retitled to Clorox is now your best friend. About another week after that, I found out that some random kid who had the same computer spot as me just one class period after was the same guy who took over my account after I forgot to log off. I even caught the motherfucker red-handed during my lunchtime. I remember making a whole scene in front of the class about it, trying to log out of my account on the computer this dude was on. Of course, the teacher wasn't cool with me being a little hostile, but he basically let it slide after it was brought to light that this dude was using another person's account on a school computer without their permission. I came back with the I got hacked video on April 21st, just a few days before I knew it was some kid that had the same class and the same spot as me, but after that situation blew over, I was able to go back to making commentary videos again. Luckily, I was able to re-upload most of the videos. Not sure why it took me all the way until September that year. I forgot to save a couple of videos during the process of making the ones I lost, but it doesn't matter. A couple of days after I uploaded the July 20th vlog, my mom went out of town. My little brother and I stayed at my dad's place at the time. I forgot the power cord to my laptop at home, and I was stuck at my dad's for almost a couple of weeks. My dad did bring my little brother and I back home with some money to let us roam in an open crib, but the money didn't last for long. I quite literally was stealing food a few times from a few local stores. Figured a 15-year-old can't get in too much trouble for stealing some food, right? I also forgot my laptop at my dad's as well, so I still couldn't make any videos. Eventually, we came back to my dad's again after another week. Just a few days after that, I made videos between the 9th and the 11th of August. Then I went inactive again, mainly because I was out of the house a lot, hanging out with people and smoking. After my mom came back to town at the end of the month, everything was back to normal. My brother and I went back to staying with my mom again just before we would go back to school. I was already back into making YouTube videos again. On the night of October 8th, I was hanging out with some friends. It got late and Buddy's car decided to die on us right before he was supposed to bring us home. I already knew my mom was going to be on some bullshit the next moment I saw her after that, considering how late it got and how young I was. Plus, I'd usually have to find another ride home as she always hated picking me up in random places in the middle of the night. I'd have to ditch my friends in the cold for that ride anyways, so I just rocked it out. I didn't get home until like 3 in the morning. Best believe I was tired for school. My mom also grounded me right after that school day too. She didn't give a fuck about me getting stranded. I also wasn't able to make any videos as my mom took my stuff for a week. She gave it back, and the first video I made after that was indeed the Stranded at Midnight video. You can find that video in the description along with all the other videos that's involved. On the 21st of October, I decided to lay off YouTube for a bit to focus on school again and getting a job. I'd say the past couple of years I've been just applying for jobs online, but you know, it wasn't that long ago that a lot of stores had paper applications. I guess COVID COVID really fucked everything, huh? November 1st, I was dining in at a nearby McDonald's. A buddy of mine who had worked there at the time noticed me and remembered the conversation we had about me wanting to find a job for the longest time. He actually was able to get a manager who was working at the time too to interview and hire me on the spot. But I wouldn't be able to start working there until I got a ride to orientation almost 6 months later. It was 20 miles away, and me being 15, I'm not making it there without my stingy parents or some money. I was even willing to bike all the way there at one point, but the snow and cold weather made it very unpromising. I simply felt like going back to YouTube with one video on November 4th. I spent the next 2 weeks after that binging on smoking and hanging out with my friends. Things would only go downhill from there. On the night of November 20th, my mom finally caught me high off weed and found out that I even smoked for the first time. Her reaction was wicked, and ever since that happened, along with an email she got from my school regarding my poor grades and just the history of everything, I was simply in fear of getting beat again. I ran away from home for a week. I came back home after the same school day. I was called down to the principal's office where I would greet a police officer as a runaway. At that point, I had no motivation to make any YouTube videos. It didn't help that there was still toxic drama circulating between me and the community I was in. That concludes my inactivity in 2017 as far as making YouTube content. In the year total, I spent a total accumulated time of over 4 months being inactive. I thought this was bad at first too. Stay tuned for the future of this mini-series. Thank y'all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you like this video, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you're new to my content, and don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. Follow me on my social media, links are in the description below. Share this video to anybody that's ever been inactive before, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Sauce.